Welcome back to From Nine to Mom.
Where we discuss balancing the 9 to 5 hustle with the beautiful chaos that we call motherhood.
And we're back on this Monday. We both have had eventful weekends. We haven't spoken really. Haven't talked since Wednesday last week.
No, we sent a couple messages here and there, but they were very disjointed. So genuinely,
Yeah.
I have no idea what's going on in your life,
I
and you have
actually
no
was
idea what's
like,
going on in mine.
yesterday, I almost was worried that I hadn't heard from you. I was like, wait, should
Is
I
she
text
coming
her?
back?
Like, I sent you a few Instagrams. I'm like, she hasn't responded to me. Like, is she okay? Like, what happened? Like,
I
is
know
she
it
just going to
feels really
stay at
weird,
her?
right?
I thought you were just going to stay where you were. Like, you were just
Well,
not coming
honestly,
home.
we almost did have to stay where we were. So we were in Lake Kinderhook. I've never been there. It was
Okay.
honestly 13 girls of my best friends from college. We have a name for ourselves. We call ourselves LST. I joined the group 2 years later than they all joined together. So technically, this is their
Okay.
20 years of knowing each other. It's 18 for me. Sad, but we still
All right.
celebrated like it was my 20 year as well. But we stayed at this lake. It was all girls, and we ended up getting these crazy storms, and
Yeah, it was really
trees went
crazy.
down. So we were in the
Oh,
lake one
wow.
minute with sweating to death in the
Yeah.
basking sun, and the next minute it was a monsoon. We got blocked in. We were like, yes,
Oh,
this is
really?
amazing. We're going to be stuck here
Nothing better.
together forever. So
Can't wait.
we did end up getting out. I got in at midnight last night, but
Okay.
I was very excited about the fact that we might be able to get stuck together.
That's that could have been best case scenario. I actually was just watching a show or whatever where it's like, you're going to take, like, a mom worried about, like, you're going to take my baby away from me for a week. And then 2 seconds later, she's at the bar with a martini, like, yeah, like,
Let's go.
so you're like sad for a second. And then it's like, once you're with everyone,
I
it's
think
fun.
FaceTime makes it a lot
Right?
easier. Yeah. And I mean, of course you miss them, but we do this every year. I've told you that. And we
Yeah.
go someplace new, but it's usually the guys come too. This was our first girls' cabin. I
Yeah.
can't remember ever. And it was hilarious. It was an absolutely crazy weekend. We do musical flip cup championship every year. I won the trophy again. So I was really excited
Amazing.
about that. But picture just, when you get with girls, I'm not going to lie, half naked in the lake, just swimming around because it was too hot or whatever,
Yep.
or dance parties, singing Broadway. We welcomed people in, singing Rent. The video, we had 900 photos of the weekend. 900.
And you didn't post one.
No, we didn't. We just
No one is on their
completely,
phone. That's great though. That's like being in the moment.
yeah, we completely separate ourselves from society. It was filled with girl talk, and it was there was funny moments. I wore my man bathing suit. I came out at 11:30 on the last night, and it ended up these photos are, I'll have to show you one. They are epic, but we were dancing, and so there were crazy moments like that. My girlfriend Jill just jumping in the lake completely naked. Sorry, Jill, but what crazy times. And then there was some very heartfelt moments, telling stories. My one girlfriend's going through IVF. She just started this weekend. Her first shot was this weekend. So we all sat around her, and the girl, our other friend who did IVF, gave her the shot. And it was one of those we're all here for the start of this baby together. So there were a lot of heartfelt moments, a lot of insane
Good
moments, and it was just very, very good for the soul. But I have to tell this story because I got a call from Jordan on the last day. And for those of you who know, I'm terrified of throwing up. I'm just absolutely fucking terrified of throwing up.
Yeah.
So I get a call, and Jordan's laughing because he called me earlier. Colton had a tummy ache. So Jordan's like, I burped really loud in the car. And I said to Colton, hey, buddy, this will make your belly feel better. And as I did that, he's like, I hear another burp in the back seat. Turns out it's not Colton, it's Daisy. And she ends up gagging on her McDonald's and starts puking. So he's telling me the story. And as he's telling me the story, he's like, oh no, now Colton's projectile vomiting. So I'm like, oh my God, we have the stomach flu. Come to find out, Jordan's burp, Daisy tried to copy Jordan's burp. She gagged on food, threw up. The reason that Colton threw up is not because he's sick. It's because he's my child and he's afraid of throw up. So Daisy's throw up made him gag, and then he threw up all over Jordan's car. He's all alone with the kids. He's like, what time are you coming home? I'm like, midnight. He's like, oh my God,
Never.
I'm not going to make
Never.
it. Never again. Good news is the kids aren't sick, but I got tons of pictures of Jordan cleaning out everything. It was really a special moment, and I'm leaving again this weekend. So he's thrilled with me. Super thrilled.
Oh, you are on the nice list for sure.
Yeah, I'm not on the good list, but I came home to a new 75-inch TV.
Oh, wow. All right.
He woke me up, looks over at me because I told him I'd take Colton to school. He's like, so yeah, I don't have any milk for Daisy, and she spilled the entire fish food on the carpet, and I didn't vacuum it. So there's that. I gotta go. Bye. So there's fish food everywhere.
Here's your to-do list.
Yep, there is crap everywhere, and he did a really good job. He's like, but the house is standing. The house was standing. The kids
There was
were
no
happy.
fires, the kids, no hospital visits. Like, what else do you want?
Yeah, it wasn't like he didn't throw a rager. My kids did, but the kitchen was pretty clean. But we had a new TV. We 45 fish, I think, new fish in our fish tank, and it was really special.
Hey, he's got to do what he's got to do.
Welcome home, but I don't care because he's let me go, and I had a great time.
I know you definitely needed this weekend, like to just like have some girl time, reset, get back before the summer here, and go kid mode. But where are you going this weekend?
To see Justin Timberlake in Boston, and I know there's a lot of controversy because
That's what I've been sending you. That's what I've been sending you reels about.
I gotta look. So I know there's a lot of controversy. First of all, what he did to Britney. Second of all, but the comments on those threads are the greatest things I've ever seen.
That's the ones I've been sending you. Like,
I'm gonna have to look.
Everybody's just like, well, this is really going to affect the tour. Like everything. That's the reason for everything. Like, because I guess he said that when he was being arrested.
Yeah, he was like, I can't be arrested. This is going to affect my tour.
Yeah, hilarious though.
So it's good. So I'll go there. That'll be another fun weekend, and then then I'm going straight back to the grind mode. Get ready for school, all that stuff.
Mode.
Yeah. How was your weekend?
I was full mom mode this weekend. I was insane by last night, but I was home with the kids from Friday, like early afternoon. I had to pick up early because we closed early on Friday. So I was with them by myself for most of Friday afternoon. All Saturday morning was in the Abandoned Wives Golf Mom Club.
Oh, yeah.
On Saturday. But that's why, like, if you guys follow us on Instagram, I posted some content because I was sitting there Thursday night and I'm like, I have to plan something for Friday morning. Like, if Ryan's going to be gone, like, we're going to do something fun. Like, I need something
fun to do.
And of course, I've been on TikTok. That little box has been all over my For You page.
I had it in my cart for weeks.
So you have to get it. Daisy will, honestly, Colton will like it too. Like, to bring places probably. Daisy will love it. So both of the boys, both of them played with it a little bit, but Jack made yogurt parfaits with it. Like, he was like putting stuff in, like they ate
so
it.
Cute.
Literally the fruit lasted one day because of the savage mode that our kids are in with fruit.
Yeah, but think about you want them to get fruit. Like, kids like fruit, but like this is a great way to get them to eat healthy.
And he put all this, because normally he just wants yogurt plain. So this got him to eat some bananas and some stuff on it. So that was really great. It honestly bought us a full half hour. Like, Jack stood on his little stand at the counter. Like,
a half hour is a lot of time in mom mode.
Yeah, like that's a lifetime. So that was really great. Took him outside. We got a new splash pad type of thing that connects to the hose. Did that for almost an hour. Kelvin was so tired. He slept for almost 3 hours. So he was like asleep half the time Ryan was gone, which was like great. But so then he didn't nap the rest of the day. So that made for a long afternoon. But so that was great. And then Friday night we made dinner, and one of my favorite things to do is like make Southwest salads, like the one from Chick-fil-A. But like,
that sounds so good.
We get like canned black beans and canned corn and all that. And so I made everything to put on it. All of a sudden I'm sitting at the table and Kelvin comes walking towards me. I'm not paying attention. Like, he's just walking towards me. He pulled a can out of the garbage. He reached his hand and he's biting on the side of the can.
Oh my gosh. And
so
like
there's blood dripping down. I'm like, it's in his mouth. Like, he ate the side of the
panic.
Can. Like, I didn't like put it all together. And I am the panicker when there's injuries. Like, I lose my mind or whatever. I'm the calmest person, but I can't handle the injuries. And so I'm like, Ryan, like screaming for him. I'm like, where is this blood? So I'm thinking it's in his mouth because he's chewing on it.
Yeah.
And turns out he only cut his finger. But I'm like, how are we so, I don't feel like I was neglecting him. He was walking through the kitchen, walked past the garbage. But like, how did he get his little hand in the garbage?
It's not neglectful. It's just you're in the stage. Like, I remember at exactly Kelvin's age, Daisy was taking, it didn't matter, like everything in the
Nothing.
garbage, under the sink. I had to take everything and move it above her head so that she
Yeah.
couldn't reach it. And then she started climbing to get stuff like in the pantry. And I'm like, no, so you aren't a bad parent or neglectful parent, but that is scary. And I'm also laughing at the scene because Ryan's probably so like overwhelmed by your panic mode. It was a finger cut, but still.
We reverse personalities when that happens for some reason. I don't know what it is.
I definitely panic when they get hurt more than Jordan. But I also am. I think we're both pretty chill, like in the day to day.
I try to just prevent, like, I always want to prevent the injury, and Ryan is like, they got to do it. Like, you got to let them.
Children are feral though, Catie. Like I met a man on the airplane, and he was behind me, and he was clearly intoxicated. He had been drinking, and he's like, yeah, I just dropped my 9-year-old off at summer camp for 3 weeks. I'm not handling it well. So that's why I'm drinking. So I start laughing. He starts telling me his whole life story. And he's like, yeah, then I've got a 2-year-old girl, and she's completely psychotic. She's a tornado. My first kid, so innocent and calm. And my second, it's just,
oh my gosh.
So then this lady sits in the middle of us, and all three of us are talking about, her children are grown, but we're all talking about middle children and how feral and insane they are.
Yeah.
And it's so true. Like second children just do things that the first kids never did. So it makes it that much harder. Yeah, I got a lot of FaceTimes from the kids. Colton is sitting, coloring
nicely.
Daisy at one point she's butt ass naked, takes the phone, runs over to the trampoline, sets me down on the trampoline. There's a little bar. This trampoline's the best gift in the entire world.
It is.
Looks down and starts jumping and laughing, and the phone is bouncing up and down. I'm like, feral cat.
It's fine.
Feral cat.
They are. It's just like you can't take your eyes off them for 3 seconds or something like that's going to happen.
Did he freak out, Catie? Did he freak out over the cut?
He doesn't. No. He's gushing. I'm like, how long's he been bleeding? He doesn't even care. Like, he's just sitting there. And then don't we go to get, so we already had it planned. It kind of stopped bleeding. We're like, let's go get ice cream. Like, it's Friday night. We're going to go get ice cream. So we're sitting in freaking Abbott's, and Calvin bit off the Band-Aid that we put on there. I like freaking duct taped this thing, and he bit it off. So we're sitting, and Ryan's sitting at the table with Calvin with his finger like this with a napkin on it. He's like got blood on him. Like, we're in Abbott's trying to just give Jack a little ice cream cone. And Calvin's just gushing blood, like doesn't care, is like giggling. I'm like, we got to get you checked, man. Like, this is weird.
You're not okay.
Laughing. But he's good. We also had a lot of last things that happened this weekend. We are officially done with formula, and I don't know if I should celebrate or cry.
I think in this moment, it's a celebration. You've had a rough road with the formula.
It's done. It's out of the house. So we got to the end of a can, and I'm like, I have more, but I'm like, I'm not going to open. I can sell them if they're unopened. Like, yeah. So yeah, this morning, Facebook Marketplace, we're on for formula. The baby Breeza went up. Both of them were sold within 13 minutes of me posting this.
See, look at all that money you just got back.
I know. Celebrate. So that can cover 1/4 of my grocery bill, but like,
perfect.
It's fine. So yeah,
the snack box and all the fixins, it covered it.
Yeah, it covered that. So we're officially done with that, and then we officially moved Jack to like a real kid bed. So he's got a full twin size bed. We were in like the toddler transition one, and I think even Ryan shed a tear taking the crib down. Like, because it's like the one that transitioned into the toddler bed, so it wasn't like he was still in the crib, but like just taking that out of his room was really sad. He's like, I remember putting this together in here. That
is like a very emotional like thing, because it's really like they're growing up, and I think it gets harder as they get even older, like Jack, because it's that much farther away. Like, you look at Calvin and you see him, and you're like, I remember when Jack was that little. And I think that's a really hard, but is he doing okay in the big boy bed?
He loves it. Absolutely loves it. Has been so comfy the past 2 nights. So
it's funny you say that. Like, we're getting, Colton is in a big boy bed, but Jordan built him one of those really cool house ones, but it's on the floor, and he makes us fall asleep with him, and we're both like, we're too old to be laying in here at nighttime, so we have to move it up for ourselves.
Yeah, honestly, that was why we went out of the transition one, because he wants us to lay in there, and I'm like, I don't fit in that, and I can't lay on the floor. My back's killing me.
Yeah,
So now
Can't
I
do it
fit
no
right
more.
on there. The other night, Jack's been in a phase where he wakes up every night now, and like one of us has got to go in and lay with him for a minute. So Ryan, for whatever reason, Ryan bolts right in. I'm not going to hold him back. Like he can go do it if he wants, but Ryan will fall asleep in there now. Like the last
Yeah.
2 nights he went in and like slept for an hour in there. He's like, I'll wake up and be like, oh shit, I got to get out of here. So
We definitely both do that too. And Jordan
it's
judged
been
me for
great.
a long time for it because Colton wants mommy to put him to bed. But then we started taking turns and Jordan fell asleep and I was like, what
Same.
now? What
Same.
now? See how easy it is?
Yeah. But like I genuinely am scared for when we can move Kelvin into a bed because like I started looking into like, you know, the second kid, you usually do it faster because it ends up being more convenient
Yeah.
like down the road. But like that kid can't be trusted. No
No.
way.
Daisy
No
was
way.
learning
He
how to
needs to
crawl
be in
out.
jail. If I
Like,
could put a top on it, I would.
that's actually a really good idea. Why don't they have that? Because Daisy, it's my fault. When I had my surgery and I had to take care of her, I taught her how to climb because I wasn't supposed to lift her, and she's still in the
Yep.
sack. But now I'm
Yep.
like, she's trying to climb, and she's gonna flop right out of that thing, and then it's
I
game
know.
over. No one is safe.
No, then you like straight up are gonna
Booby
have to
trap
lock her.
it. Do we
You
set
have to
like
lock her in
traps
the room.
so that we
Lock
hear
from
them?
the outside.
We might have to.
She'll still end up in your room.
No, seriously, I don't know.
Like...
She won't be in my room, Katie. She'll be in the fish tank, swimming with
That's
the fish,
true. She would,
or
the
the
Colton
second
would
born.
like nicely walk up to your bedside and wake you up like she's just gone.
That's what he does. You know, it's the mommy, I sneezed. Or Daisy would be like having a party somewhere.
She'll be downstairs watching Netflix.
Yeah, watching Bridgerton sex scenes probably. Like, I can't trust her.
It's so bad though. But yeah, like I'm scared for when we have to do that. I'm like, I think we're baby proofed in Jack's room, but like he's so sweet and innocent that like he just won't touch certain things. He won't tip over, you know, whatever's left. Like Kelvin will.
Yeah.
It's gonna have to look like an insane asylum in his room.
Padded walls.
Like
the nugget
the
below.
window has to get
sealed shut.
Take everything off the walls. There's nothing in that room.
It's gonna be.
That's what I envision for him.
Yeah, I mean that sounds about accurate. People with children like ours give us some advice because transitioning our firstborns into their big boy beds felt sad and like, you know, overwhelming emotionally.
Right.
Transitioning the secondborns into their big kid beds is going to be absolutely terrifying, like a horror film. So we need some advice. Yeah, give us some advice for the kids who are not right in the head.
I know. So when we don't catch up for a while, this Monday episode gets real long. So
yeah, we'll let you guys go.
It might be time for us to clock out
and clock back into the 9 to 5. See y'all later this week.
Bye.